selling your domains like a master domainer. When it comes to selling domains, there are a few things that you must do if you want to maximize the revenue you generate for each sale. In this section, I'll cover each of them. Should you sell now or hold it for a future sale? One of the most difficult parts of selling domains is simply deciding when to sell it. In an ideal world, you'd want to snatch up a domain immediately prior to a high growth period, park it to generate some revenue, and then sell it before the growth slows down. However, the price growth of domains is often very difficult, if not impossible, to predict. For this reason, deciding when to sell will often have a lot to do with your portfolio rather than the growth considerations. For instance, if you purchased a large block of domains in a particular niche and they've experienced low price growth over the course of 8 months, let's say, then you may want to decide to put them up for auction so you can avoid paying to re-register all of them. Overall, your choice of what to sell and when to sell it should depend on both portfolio and growth considerations. How to list your domain for maximum profit. In order to get the maximum price for your domain, the best strategy is to research the market to identify potential buyers and approach them directly. This is a bit time-consuming, but usually very much worth it. A domain you may sell at auction may bring $500, where the direct research and contact approach can bring you thousands. Now, if you're not interested in researching and contacting potential buyers directly, your main approach will likely be to list your domains for sale on one or more of the marketplaces that we discussed. One of the most difficult parts of the selling process is creating your site listing. The best strategy for doing this will depend on the marketplace in which you decide to sell, but at a minimum, your listing should include the following information, if allowable. Number 1, traffic and revenue documentation. Number 2, screenshots of the Alexa rating, archive.org status, or any other supporting screenshot. Number 3, a screenshot of the number of Google indexed inbound links that are pointing at the domain name. Number 4, a description of why the site is valuable and why you believe it'll continue to grow in value over the course of the year. Number 5, possibly a professional appraisal if the site's worth, let's say, $5,000 or more. Even though we know appraisals are largely meaningless, they can be a deciding factor in the mind of your potential buyers. If you include all of this information in your site description, you will remove a good amount of the uncertainty on the buyer's side and give yourself a much better chance to make a large profit on the sale. When it comes to domain sales, there are roughly 3 different approaches you could adopt, and each depends on the price of your domains being sold. Low, mid, and high price domains. For the low price domains that you purchased from the primary market for $10, there are 2 things to keep in mind. The first is that you should consider selling the domains that are experiencing weak price growth in bulk, and you should do so several months before they're set to expire. This will help you to avoid the registration fees and allow you to recoup at least some of the original registration fee. For mid-price domains, which you probably purchased in the secondary market, you should consider listing them in a low-cost marketplace several months after you acquire them. This will work especially well in marketplaces that permit hidden reserve prices. Listing them this way will allow you to feel out the market for your domain, and you can see whether or not there's any serious price growth, or whether there's virtually no difference. Additionally, if you get a strong enough bite, you can sell the domain immediately. High-priced domains are typically .com domains that contain 1 or 2 words or consist of an acronym. They can cost anywhere from $500 to tens of thousands of dollars or more. When you sell a domain like this, you need to protect yourself by including an adequate reserve price and perhaps purchase a domain appraisal. And again, we know appraisals are mostly meaningless, but they may help to sway the decision of the potential buyer.